That was a good game. Fin fans up north, Fin fans in the south, to the east and to the west. What's better than this? More of this. Let's talk about it. Okay, before we talk and celebrate about this game, I'm going to ask if you guys can like, subscribe, and hit the bell. It's going to help us reach our milestones so that we can get a merch shelf in our description there, and also get a polling function so that we could let loose with the polls before the first game. And too, if you notice in the channel banner there, in the bottom right hand corner, there's a Shop Now button. You click that button, it'll take you to our merch store, and you'll be able to grab some gear and rock it at the games when you guys go here at the start of the season. And every Thursday we're going to be dropping new t-shirt designs, so expect that to be happening too, and you also get free shipping with all of that. And without further ado, let's get to it. Thank you. It was a big shout out to those guys. I love you guys for that, and I love Miami for giving us that win in the preseason. Although it's the preseason, hey, every game counts because people's careers and sometimes livelihoods depend on it. So the moment you get on the field, it's like football season's here. It all counts, no matter how you look at it, from practice all the way to the end of the season. It all counts. Look, first off, my thoughts on the game in itself as an entirety. I think that the game that we played was an intense, emotional field game. And I say that because I think, a lot of the emotion was drawn in the joint practice, with the chipper battles and stuff that we were having and everything. And it just got to a point it was going to be like, oh, we're going to see who's the better of the teams, we're going to check it out, we're going to find out. And we did find out. And I want to say that, thank you, Tampa Bay. We couldn't have done it without you. We appreciate you for playing it. But, hey, we got the dub on that one. So, moving on, I just want to look at it like this, right? First off, Coach Mike McDaniel. He looked like every bit of the coach out there from the beginning to the end. And I loved it when he iced the kicker at the end there to help us squeak that dub out. I mean, what more can you ask from a coach? He coached that game. He really coached that game. And that was a shout out to the coaching staff. All the coaches involved. You can see where everyone's imprint was in on it. And a big shout out to the coaching staff. Now, going to the skill positions, you're looking at quarterback. I told you. I don't want to jump on that train and that bus. Well, I've already been on it, but I'm going to let you know, Skylar Thompson is no joke. That man is a real deal. He has a cannon for an arm, and yeah, he made a couple rookie mistakes, but that man is the real deal. He is the real deal. He gets it. And there's no ifs, ands, buts about it. Could you imagine what it would have been like if he was running with the first team? The numbers, he's throwing a Tyreek and he's throwing the Waddle. Come on now. If he was running with the first team, them numbers would have been higher than what they were. I think he was 20 for 28 for 218 yards and a touchdown, no interceptions, and he played the entire game as a rookie. And you tell me they ain't thinking about starting that man or having that man as a backup quarterback. They are. Teddy B is good. Teddy B is good, but Skylar Thompson, he has the potential to be great. And although this is the first preseason game, we've seen a lot of quarterbacks come through in preseason games. And I can't say, thinking about it through the history of the Miami Dolphins, I don't think there's been one rookie quarterback, to come in and just start the entire preseason game the way he did. Whether he had a choice or not, I mean, actually, it was like there was choices made. They decided not to play Tua, and Teddy B had some pain going on in his back. However, this was a clear audition for a backup quarterback role, and Skylar got that. And before anything is said and done, yes, Skylar Thompson will make the 53-man roster, because if it becomes a situation where, yeah, we got to pick Noah Ignomagabi or we got to pick Skylar Thompson, they're picking up Skylar Thompson and going to run with 3 QBs. If it ever came down to that. Now, that's something I'm going to get into here in just a moment with Noah, but Skylar Thompson is definitely a keeper. He is going to make the 53-man roster, and hey, I love Tua, but at the end of the day, we got a business to run, and I understand Tua making their money. And if Tua, look, if Tua doesn't look good, probably in that first series, in the first week, don't be surprised. Do not be surprised if Skylar is up in there, and we run with Skylar. I mean, because that could very well happen. He has the tools and the essentials to be a first-team quarterback. No joke. Like, if that man was playing for Carolina, if that man was playing for any other team in need of a quarterback right now, he would be a lock. I'm telling you right now. And Miami's not about to make the same mistake in letting Skylar Thompson go like they let Senate go by putting him on a practice squad so, he can get plucked off the practice squad. That's not going to happen. And I know that, I think in the practice squad you could sign 2 players can be protected from being plucked off the practice squad. But, I don't think we're not even going to toy around and give energy into that thought, because Skylar Thompson's going to make the team. Now, he's one of the good players. Now, I want to break it down to real quick here before I jump into the other skilled players. I want to give a shout out to Owen Carney, number 93. I want to give a shout out to Ben Still, number 90. A shout out to Melvin Ingram, number 6. Lynn Bowden, number 3. Sammy Guad, number 49. And Van Ginkel, number 43, them boys was everywhere. They was doing everything on the field. Now, I get it's a whole team effort, but them boys did really, really good. Really, really good. And I was really happy to see all that. That these guys was stepping in there, especially like Owen Carney and Melvin Ingram and Lynn Bowden. I mean, he's on the trading block. And after this performance, it would be hard to let him go. Or if another team picks him up, we might actually be able to get something more in return with it. And if we were to go after Roquan Smith, because the Bears do need a wide receiver, and you packaged Preston Williams up with Lynn Bowden for Roquan Smith, what do you guys think? You guys think that would work? A package with Preston Williams and Lynn Bowden for Roquan Smith? Because Lynn Bowden showed exactly why he needs to be on the roster as well. And, there's a chance that he could still be on the Miami Dolphin roster, which I hope he is. I've been a big fan of him, since he came over from the Raiders. And it's like he was hurt too, and he just needs that shot, that opportunity. And, boy, he has gotten that. So, I'm not for sure what's going to happen out of that, but we do need another, I think, a linebacker presence. And if it came down to it, at least let's get something out of it, okay? So, shouts out to those guys. Now, let's talk about some of the players that that performed badly, and I thought performed badly. Number 74, Liam Eckenberg. Number 79, Larnell Coleman. And number 76, Keon Smith. I was watching film on these guys, and even in the game, it was like they were getting beat consistently and being pushed around. And it's kind of weird because, in practice, you rarely heard of anything about Liam Eckenberg getting beat like that and everything. But I don't know. He just didn't show up. These guys, were. I'm not gonna say they accounted for like the sacks that was going on, but or the hurries that Tampa was able to get off of us. However, though, it seems as though if you go back to the film and watch the game, you would see them three guys like pretty proficiently and consistently like underachieving out there on that field. So those guys, it would be something to watch and see, how they're gonna fall into the line, the starting line, and then we look at some players that I thought were suspect. Okay, some suspect players I thought was 35 DB D'Angelo Ross. Thought Myles Gaskins was suspect, even though he had that 20-yard little 20-yard little sprint there. It just seems like, I don't know, for some reason I just don't think Myles Gaskins like really hits the hole unless he sees like a freaking lane there for like a Mack truck. Other than that, he just seems like he just kind of like just wanders up to the hole a little bit, and then to his blocking, I don't think he's I don't know. He could probably work on some of that blocking because it was suspect. I mean, they was running through him like wet paper. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it just didn't even. I don't know what he was doing. Robert Hunt. There were some suspect plays he had out there, and he got the quarterback sacked, and also there's a couple rushes on his part. But I like Hunt. He's been pretty solid. And John Levitt, he has some missed tackles out there, and he had some blown coverages. And speaking of blown coverages, talk about Noah Ignobagne. I mean, Noah. Look, Noah has definitely earned an opportunity to make the team. I will say that he definitely has earned that. And we have 2 more weeks for him to get it. But like, actually tomorrow we gotta cut some players down. So I think we gotta go to 83. So it means like, do you keep Noah, and do you keep that $4 million salary, or does it become dead cap? And personally, we done worse. I think it would be time to go ahead and cut Noah, because there's no sense in keeping Noah when we just picked up another cornerback, actually, from Minnesota. And we just got him. We just signed him today, and it seems like he's more viable to make that starting position than Noah is. So in my opinion, I'm just like, we should go ahead and cut bait with that, and charge whatever it is to the game, because that's what it's going to be. There's no sense in keeping that around. See, that's the stuff that Flores was doing, was keeping players around that didn't need to be kept around. So it's like Noah's just not picking it up, with our team. Perhaps he'll pick it up with another team. So we Noah deserves a chance, but at the same time, we should afford him the luxury of giving him the opportunities that he needs, and possibly with another team. So I think. So, jumping down to, the wide receiver play, Cedric Wilson did his thing, and although he was not, like, he's not, like, known for his speed, but he is known for having sure hands, and that's exactly what it was. I think he had, like, 3 targets, and he caught 3 targets for, like, 50-some yards or something. And if you guys remember, Cedric Wilson, was deemed to actually be the number 1 receiver over CeeDee Lamb out there in Dallas when Amari Cooper wasn't playing. And that's how good Cedric Wilson is. And him playing slot, I mean, it like create havoc out there for Tampa Bay. And you saw that. And just think, what Hill and Waddle out there, what that's going to do. And that was Cedric Wilson has some solid play. I love what Cedric did. I love what Eric and the Common did. I love Lynn Bowden again. That man, he's electric. He's electric, and we really need to hold on to him. We really need to hold on to him and possibly look at maybe even, like, well, all right, if it came down to, Lynn Bowden or Noah Ignabangne, or if it came down to Lynn Bowden or Braylon Sanders, like, who you gonna take? You know what I'm saying? And I know Braylon Sanders is going off and he's doing his thing. If it came down to it, I would take Lynn Bowden. I really would. If it came down to it, and I mean, we got like a lot of right receivers to choose from, so it'd be interesting to see. Moving to tight end, Gesicki was in there for a few plays, and he showed up, and sure enough, I mean, he commands respect on the defense too, so they had to tune for him. Who really stood out for me though, again, is Tanner Conner. And Tanner Conner, again, he was a wide receiver at Idaho State, a star wide receiver that Miami converted to tight end. And, this man, he has some skills. I mean, basically, we're looking at Kittle and Kelsey on the same team almost, because these guys both have a good range, and they have nice hands. And I think Tanner Conner got a little bit more speed, but no matter what, you keep giving him the rock and you keep seeing what he's going to do. He's going to command the same respect Gesicki's getting. And, he's a better blocker than Gesicki. So that was good to see Tanner Conner get his. Hunter Long came in, and, he had a couple good plays and stuff. So, again, that was good. And I know that we have, there's 6 tight ends on the roster. And now, since we're trying to move Shaheen, I think there's 5. So with that, it's like, who do you keep? Who do you keep? Do you keep Gesicki, Smith, and Connor, or do you and Savithan? I forget his name. Savithan. Do you keep him? I mean, what do you do? And because he's pretty decent too, and I personally, I don't know. That's a hard one, because Tanner Conner will get plucked by another team, and he will be a good. He'll be a star. He will be a star. I'm telling you, on somebody else's team, he will be a star. So we definitely need to get him. And I guess if we had to let somebody go, like, I know we're keeping Gesicki, at least for the rest of this season, and we have to let a tight end go. I would, I'd probably let Hunter Long go. I'm just saying, I probably would, like, I don't know, I probably would. All right, offensive line. Offensive line was, if you judge it by the running game, it was horrible. Okay, I think the most yards we've had, the running backs had, was like 40-some yards, 45 yards, and the quarterback, Skylar Thompson, had more rushing yards than our leading rusher. And we all know that some of those yards Skylar got was because he was being he was being flushed out the pocket. So the offensive line, in my mind, with the exception of a few players like Dieter, he was back in there and he played. It was garbage. It was garbage. Offensive line play was garbage. I mean, for running, for passing, it was decent. They put in some solid work on some pass blocking, and they allowed Skylar to do his thing, and Skylar did a good job on his anticipation and his reads, his check downs, all that. In fact, I even heard that he's up there calling audibles and stuff. So, kudos to that man. And for the offensive line on the pass blocking, yeah, it was good. For the running, it was garbage. So I want to see what it's going to be like, though, with the starters in there, with all the starters in there, just to get an idea, even if it's for a couple series, just to see what it's going to be like and how everyone's going to gel together. Because right now, if we were to run with that offensive line right there, we'd be in trouble. That, at least for the running game, we would have like non-existent running game. We'd come out with yards just like that, and that should not be, even with Mozart and Sony Michel and Chase Edmonds. That's what it would be like. Our defensive line. Moving on to defense. Defense was dope. The defensive line was in there. They was in it to win it. And every quarterback that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers could muster up behind the center over there, our defensive line was like in their face, like, hello, glad to meet you. And what more could you ask for your defensive line to be getting after them like that? And A's across the board. A's across the board. They were stopping the runs, and at the time they was hurrying the quarterbacks. I mean, the quarterbacks really had no time to sit back and try to pick us apart, because our defensive line was in their face with their candies and flowers and stuff. Yeah, so that was good. Our linebackers were flying everywhere. It reminded me of the killer bees of old, It was just like they was there. Wherever the ball was, there was like always linebackers around them. And I like that. I like that a lot, because that was something we wasn't seeing a lot of. It was like, well, where are the linebackers at, But in the preseason game that we had Saturday night, the linebackers were there. Our cornerbacks, with the exception of a few, they were there too. They got in there, showed up, showed out. Salute to Trill Williams, bro. Like, I was hoping you was going to be able to go the whole season, everything. Sometimes things happen, my man. And, you get well. You work on getting well and, come out next season even better, stronger. And, because you put in some solid work till you got hurt. And, all the other corners that did great and everything. You guys was on point with that. The safeties, everything, it was on point. It was straight up on point. I love that a lot. Special teams. Jason Sanders, man. Mr. Automatic. Jason Automatic Sanders. Kick that 52-yard field goal. Man, that's exactly why, kicking is such an important, integral part of the game. Because it gets you them little points and everything. It keeps you in the game. And Jason has been doing this for a minute. He's been consistently doing it. And I'm glad he's on our team. So I thought that was pretty good with Jason Sanders doing his thing. And also, I want to say shout out to the punt team. And also the kick return team. And to the field goal unit. I mean, everyone showed up. Everyone showed up, and this is what it's going to take. If this is what it's going to take to get the W, then, boys, eat it, marinate in it, and feel it, because, this week we got another game coming. We got it with the Raiders, and the Raiders under, Josh Daniels, the offensive coordinator that used to be the coordinator for the Patriots when they was running their little dynasty out there, is now coaching the Raiders. And guess what? The Raiders have a fast rhythm offense that is they're just moving, constantly moving forward. And then too, they got a defense to match. They have teams out there 3 and out. So, we got a lot going on next week here, or actually this week. So it's going to be interesting to see. But all in all, I would have to give what we did out there an A, and we came out with the dub. You definitely get an A for that, for sure. So again, with the good players we had out there that was doing their thing, we had some suspect play out there, and then we had some players that just didn't show up. And let's look at this week as getting things together and rectifying our wrongs and making things right. So all in all, that was my take on the game. If you guys have any comments, questions, please leave them below. In the meantime, if you would, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell and help us reach our milestone so that we can get a merch shelf in our description below. And also, it'll allow us to get a polling function we can start utilizing at the beginning of the season here for the first game. And if you look in the channel banner in the bottom right hand corner, you'll see a shop now button. You click that shop now button, it'll take you to our merch store, and you can check out our entire gear that we got and find something you can wear and rock out at the game when you go and watch the Miami Dolphins. And know that every Thursday we're gonna be putting out new t-shirt designs, so you can always be checking that out. And one other thing, we're going to be starting this little show, this little cartoon I got going on. It's called Odd Gamble. The first week of the season, I'm going to get you guys this information there as far as whether you guys believe the odds or if you guys want to gamble on the house to see if we're going to win the game or not. And from that, we're going to watch a little cartoon, and it's going to give you the results of the poll from that and everything. So it's going to be pretty fun. And with all that, my friends, just want to say I love y'all. Thank you. Deuces. Fin fans up north, fin fans in the south, to the east, and to the west. What's better than this? More of this. Let's talk about it. So I figure I was going to wait to start this at the beginning of the season of game 1 and not preseason. And I'm still going to do that. But, I think what I'll do is just kind of let you know what's going on. Okay, so I created a cartoon short. It's called Odd Gamble, and basically Odd, he's like a ace card, and he represents like what you know of something, of a game. Is it windy? Is the grass too high, or is it the field muddy, or is the ball pressurized right? No, but really though, it's like what you know, okay? That's Odd, and he is the spade card. And then there's Gamble. The Gamble is the house. It's like the casinos, okay? The things that you don't know, but you just kind of go with the feeling a little bit, and it depends on like what's in the papers, okay? So for example, like USA Today has Miami favored by 1.5 points, right? Now, I would ask you guys who you think is going to win, and if you guys think the odds of Miami winning are better, or do you guys think the gamble of Miami winning is better, or who do you think will win in the contest just overall? And from that, what'll happen is that I'll show you a little cartoon of the results of, whoever wins, either the odds or gamble. So that's what I have in store for you guys here at the very beginning of the season, which is probably going to happen here in the next 2 to 3 weeks, actually about 3 weeks from now. And it's gonna be a fun football season this year. Got some cool things stored for you guys. So if you guys have any questions, any thoughts, ideas, just drop in the comments below. In the meantime, if you will, please like, subscribe, and hit the channel or hit the bell. That way, it'll help us reach our milestones so that we can get a merch shelf in our description and to get polling options to utilize for this at the beginning of the season. And know that in our channel banner up there in the bottom right hand corner, you'll see a shop now button. You click that, it'll take you to our merch store, and you'll be able to check out some cool new t-shirt designs that we have for you guys to keep you looking fresh all football season long, representing the Miami Dolphins. And you get free shipping with that. And every Thursday we're gonna keep it hot for y'all with some new t-shirt designs. And with all that, I just want to say thank you. Love y'all. Dude, fin fans up north, fin fans in the south, to the east, and to the west. What's better than this? More of this. Let's talk about it. Don't forget to take a look at our gear. Clicking with the Fin Fan. You can check out the links below. and also know that your support with this helps our artists, and it also helps what we're doing here with Clicking with the FinFan. And a good thing about it all is you also get free shipping with that. So just take a look at the gear that we got. Grab something for you, your boo, significant other, your kids.